Hello my dear friends, how are you all? I hope you all are fine. So my dear friends, you are very welcome in our lecture number 1 of linear equation in two variables. Linear equation in two variables. So my dear friend, this is very fresh and a new topic, so you have to listen very carefully, and this chapter is very important, okay? And so you have to listen very carefully and you have to be concentrate, okay? So I hope you will enjoy this lecture. So without wasting the time, let's start. Yes. So now today we are going to discuss introduction to linear equation in two variables. Okay. Today we are going to discuss introduction of linear equations in two variables. Okay. So first of all, we have to know what is linear equation. What is the basic concept of linear equation? Okay, so my dear friends, for understanding the concept of linear equation, first of all, what is equation? Okay, what is equation? So an equation is a mathematical statement. It is what? It is a mathematical statement which has an equal sign between the algebraic expression, which has the equal sign between the algebraic expression. Means it is what? It is a mathematical statement, okay, which has an equal sign. Means which has an equal sign, means this sign, okay, which has an equal sign between the algebraic expression, between the algebraic expression, algebraic expression. Now what is algebraic expression? Okay, so let's see what is algebraic expression. So my dear friends, algebraic expression are those expression. So you can see here, my dear friends, so an algebraic expression is an expression which is made up of variables and constant, which is made up of variables and constant. Variables like x, y, z, it may be any of the variables, okay, along with algebraic operations, along with algebraic expression, means addition, subtraction, etc. Okay, now we can understand algebraic expression with this example. Like here is algebraic expression. Now in this we have variables which is x and constant which is 3. Okay, now this 5 is a coefficient of x because it is associated with the variables. Okay, it is associated with the variables. Okay, so now my dear friends, okay, so these expressions are made up of with the terms, are made up of with the help of terms. Here you can see that this is one term and this is another term. Okay, now in these two terms there is a mathematical operations, like here is negative sign, means subtraction. Similarly it may be addition, etc. Okay, I hope my dear friends you understand these things. What is algebraic expression? In this we have variables, we have constant, we have coefficient, we have terms, and we have mathematical operations, mathematical operations. I hope you understand these things. So this is what algebraic expression. Now if you talk about algebraic equation, so here is the definition of this equation is what? It is a mathematical statement which has an equal sign, which has an equal sign between the algebraic expression. Now let's suppose, okay, so now here is we can see that yes, algebraic equation, okay, it is a statement of equality of two expression. It is a statement of equality of two expression, means in these two expression are separated by equal sign. Here is a equal sign, so we can say that this is what? This is an equation. What is algebraic equation? And in this in this expression we have variables, coefficient, constant, this and this. Okay, so all the combination of these two expressions, coefficient, variables, constant, made the algebraic equation. What is algebraic equation? So I hope you understand these things. So my dear friends, if you talk about the expression, an expression which is made up of variables and constant, okay, in this there is no equal sign. Now if you talk about the algebraic equation, in algebraic equation two algebraic expression are separated by the equal sign. Okay, I hope my dear friends you understand the concept of expression and equation. Okay, so all these concepts we already learned in the previous lectures, previous chapters. Okay, so here this is just a brief discussion about the algebraic expression. Okay, so now let's talk about linear equation. Now what is linear equation? So linear equation are the equations of degree 1, are the equation of degree 1 means those algebraic expression which having the maximum degree is 1. And what is degree? We already learned in the previous lectures what is degree. Let's suppose we have an expression like this: x plus 2 is equals to 0. This is an equation. So now in this we have a variable x and the maximum power is 1. So here is degree is what? Degree is 1. Okay, I hope you understand these things. So now my dear friends, here is linear equation are those linear equation which having the maximum power is 1, means the degree is what? 1. Let's suppose if we have an example like this: 2x square plus 6 is equals to 0. Can we say that this is linear equation? No my dear friend, because in this case degree is what? Degree is 2. It is of the order of 2. Here is, this is the maximum power of the variable is 2. So we cannot say that this is not a linear equation. This is not a linear equation. Okay, understand my dear friends? So this is the concept of linear equation. So those algebraic expression which having the maximum power is 1 are called linear equation. Now linear equation have two types: linear equations in one variables and linear equation in two variables. Okay, there is another which is linear equation in 3 variables, but it is not in our syllabus. We are discussing just only about linear equation in one variables and linear equation in 2 variables. Okay, yes, here is now linear equation in one variable. So my dear friends, linear equation in one variable is an equation which has a maximum of one variable of order 1, has a maximum of one variable. So in linear equation in one variable, it is having just only one variables. Okay, so now let's see the examples. Let's suppose 3x is equals to 1. We can say this is linear equation which is in one variable, which is x. 22x minus 1 is equals to 0. We can also say that this is linear equation in one variable. 4x plus 9 is equals to minus 11. This is also what? This is also linear equation in one variable. Okay, now we can write also like this: 2y plus 3 is equals to 0. This is also linear equation in one variable. In this case variable is y. Okay, so variable may be anything. Maybe it may be z, it may be y, it may be x, it may be a, b and c, anything. Okay, so just we have to we have to understand the concept of the linear equation in one variables. Okay, so now my dear friends, I hope you understand these things. So now let's see the standard form of linear equation in one variable. Standard form of linear equation in one variable. So now my dear friends, here is the standard form of linear equation in one variable is represented as ax plus b. Ax plus b is equals to 0. So this is the representation of linear equation in one variable. This is the what? This is the standard form. Standard form. Okay. Now my dear friends, here is a and b are real numbers, are real numbers. Okay, what is? Yes. Now second point is both a and b are not equals to 0. Both a and b are not equal to 0. Equal to 0. Okay, understand my dear friend? So we can say that a is not equals to 0 and b is also not equals to 0. So this is the condition of linear equation in one variables. Okay, and this is the standard form of linear equation in one variable. Okay, so I hope you understand these things, my dear friends. Okay, yes. So now my dear friends, let's talk about our main topic of this lecture, of this chapter. Okay, so now we are going to discuss about linear equation in two variables. Linear equation in two variables. Okay, so now my dear friends, we know that what is linear equation, and linear equation in two variables are those equations. Okay, so linear equation in two variables are those equations which having two variables, in which there is two variables. Okay, now my dear friends, if you talk about the examples of this linear equation in two variables, look like here is, let's suppose minus x plus 5y is equals to 2. So this is what? This is the equation. And what type of equation? This is the linear equation. Okay, and in linear equation it is of two variables. So this is what? This is linear equation in two variables. In two variables. Okay, I hope my dear friends you understand these things. And we can see more examples like tan x plus 4y is equals to 3. Okay, so this is also the example of linear equation in two variables. So I hope you understand these things. What is linear equation in two variables? So these are the equations which having two variables. These are the equations which having two variables. Okay, so in this x and y are the variables, okay, and we know that here is coefficient of x is what? Tan is what? Tan is the coefficient of x, because tan is associated with the x. And if you talk about the 4, this is what? This is coefficient of y, and here is the constant term. This is what? This is constant term. Okay, so my dear friends, I hope you understand the concept of linear equation in two variables. Linear equation in two variables. Okay, so now my dear friends, let's see the standard form of linear equation in two variables. Okay, now we are going to see the standard form of linear equation in two variables. So my dear friends, it can be written as, here is ax plus by plus c is equals to 0. So this is the standard form. This is what? This is standard form. Standard form of linear equation in two variables. So I hope my dear friends you understand these things. So what is linear equation in two variables? So ax plus by plus c is equals to 0. Here is a, b and c are what? Are constant, and x and y are variables. Okay, and most important condition is that a and b both constant should not equals to 0. Both the constant should not equals to 0. Understand my dear friend? So this is the concept of linear equation in two variables. Linear equation in two variables. Okay, now if you talk about the examples, in this case 7x plus y is equals to x. Okay, so this is what? This is the case of linear equation in two variables. Linear equation in two variables. So I hope my dear friends you understand these things. So this is the concept of linear equation, okay, in two variables. Yeah, so now my dear friends, let's see the examples related to these topics. Okay, yes. So question number 1 is, my dear friends, the cost of a notebook is twice the cost of a pen. Is twice the cost of a pen. So we have to write a linear equation in two variables to represent this statement. Okay. So yes, let's start the solution. First of all, let the cost of a notebook is equals to rupees x. What? Yes, rupees x. And let the cost of a pen which is equals to rupees y. Okay, so we have cost of a notebook and we have cost of a pen which is x and y. So according to question, cost of a notebook is twice the cost of a pen, means here is according to question. ETQ means according to question, cost of notebook is equals to twice of cost of pen. Okay, so this will become, my dear friends, x is equals to 2 into y. X is equals to 2 into y, means this will become x is equals to 2y. Okay, now if we shift to the LHS, we get x minus 2y is equals to 0. So this is what? This is the linear equation in two variables to represent the statement the cost of a notebook is twice the cost of a pen. Okay, I hope you understand these things. So this is our required answer. Okay, now yes, now second question is, express the following linear equation in the form of ax plus by plus c is equals to 0 and indicate the values a, b and c in each case. Okay, so now my dear friends, here we have 2x plus 3y is equals to 9.35. Okay, so in this case, my dear friends, we know that we have to compare with this equation, ax plus by plus c is equals to 0. Now we have to convert this equation into this equation. So we get, my dear friends, 2x plus 3y minus 9.35 is equals to 0. Minus 9.35 is equals to 0. So in this case, my dear friends, if you observe this, here is the sign of negative and here is the sign of positive. So we can write it as like 2x plus 3y plus negative 9.35 minus 9.35 is equals to 0. Now we can compare very easily. So here is a is equals to 2. Okay, if we compare this equation and this equation, okay, a is equals to 2, b is equals to 3, b is equals to 3, and c is equals to minus 9.35. C is equals to what? Minus 9.35. Okay, so I hope you understand these things, my dear friend. So this is the method, this is the expression, this is the standard form which we have to compare. Okay, yes. Now we have x minus y upon 5 minus tan is equals to 0. So first of all, we have a standard form is ax plus by plus c is equals to 0. Okay, now we have x minus y upon 5 minus tan is equals to 0. If we take the LCM 5, okay, and this will become 5x minus, and this will become, yes, 50. Okay, because 5 into tan 50, and here is 0. Okay, now this 5 will shift to the RHS, okay, and it will goes in the multiplication, so this will become 0 into 5 is 0. So we have 5x minus y minus 50 is equals to 0. Okay, minus 50 is equals to 0. Now my dear friends, now we have to convert this expression with this expression. Okay, now in this case, my dear friends, here is, we can write this expression like 5x minus, here we can write here plus minus y, okay, plus minus 50 is equals to 0. So we have a is equals to 5, b is equals to minus 1, and c is equals to minus 50. C is equals to what? Minus 50. Okay, so I hope you understand these things, my dear friends. Yes. So the third part is, now we have minus 2x plus 3y is equals to 6. Okay, now we have to convert it into the standard form, so this will become minus 2x plus 3y minus 6 is equals to 0. Minus 6 is equals to 0. So this will become minus of 2 into x plus 3y plus of minus 6, which is equals to 0. So if we compare this equation with ax plus by plus c is equals to 0, we get a is minus 2, b is 3, and c is minus 6. C is what? Minus 6. Okay, I hope you understand these things, my dear friends. Yes, so now let's do the another problem. So we have x is equals to 3y. So first of all, this will become x minus 3y is equals to 0. Okay, and we can write it as like x plus minus 3 into y plus 0 into c. Okay, if we multiply 0 into c, we get 0. So here we are writing like this because we can compare easily, which is equals to 0. Okay, and we have a standard form is ax plus by plus c is equals to 0. So if we compare this equation and this equation, we get a is equals to 1, b is equals to minus 3, and c is equals to 0. C is equals to 0. I hope you get this point. So now, so the next is 2x is equals to minus 5y. So we can write 2x plus 5y is equals to 0. Or we can write 2x plus 5y plus, here is 0 into c, which is equals to 0. Okay, so now we have a standard form ax plus by plus c is equals to 0. And if we compare this equation with this equation, so we get a is equals to 2, b is equals to 5, and c is equals to 0. Okay, so I hope you get this point. So my dear friends, this is very easy to compare any of the equation which is in two variables, which is linear equation in two variables with the standard forms. Okay, yeah, so now let's move on. Yeah, so now my dear friends, so the next question is, here is Ravish tells his daughter Arushi, okay, 7 years ago. Okay, so these questions are based on the statement. Okay, now 7 years ago I was 7 times as old as you were then. Okay, also 3 times from now I shall be 3 times as old as you will be. Okay, so my dear friends, if the present age of Arushi and Ravish are x and y years respectively, so we have to represent this situation algebraically. So my dear friends, first of all we have to write, we know that present age of Arushi, okay, Arushi is x years, and present age of Ravish is what? Is y years. Okay, so according to this statement, according to the first statement, so first of all we have to write the equation for first equation, for first condition, for first condition. Now what is the first condition? First condition is that Ravish was 7 times as old as the Arushi, means 7 years ago, means the age is like y minus 7 is equals to x minus 7. Okay, and the age of Ravish is 7 times as old as 7 times the Arushi, means this is we have to multiply with the 7. Okay, yeah, so this is the first statement. So with the help of this we can write, here is y is equals to 7x minus 49 plus 7. So this will be y is equals to 7x minus 42. So this is the first statement, this is the first condition. Okay, okay, so now let's represent the second condition. Okay, so second condition is, my dear friends, 3 years from now. So this is talking about for the future, so the ages will be like y plus 3 is equals to x plus 3. Okay, now it is saying that Ravish, means Ravish 3 times as old as his daughter Arushi. So it means this will become the age of Ravish is 3 times the age of, yes, his daughter. So from this we can write y plus 3 is equals to 3x plus 3 into 3 9. So this will become y is equals to 3x plus 9 minus 3. So this will be y is equals to 3x plus 6. Okay, y is equals to 3x plus 6. So this is the representation of the second condition, and this is what? This is linear equation in two variables, because we have two variables x and y. X represent the age of Arushi, and y represent the age of, yes, age of Ravish. Okay, so I hope you understand these things, my dear friends. Yes, so these two conditions are in the form of linear equation in two variables, okay, so now let's move on. Yes, so the next question is, question number 4 is, my dear friends, 2 students of a college contribute to charity. So the contribution of A is 2 upon 5, means first student is 2 upon 5 of the contribution of second student B. Okay, means the contribution of A is 2 upon 5 of the contribution of B. So my dear friends, write the linear equation according to this statement, according to this above statement. Okay, so first of all, let contribution of A student means first student is, let's suppose this is X. Okay, what is, yeah, this is X, and contribution of B, this is equals to Y. Okay, so according to question means we can write it A T Q. This is in the short form. Okay, now my dear friends, contribution of A is 2 upon 5 of contribution of B. So means we can write here as contribution of A is equals to, here is 2 upon 5 into contribution of B. Is it okay? And we know that contribution of A is what? X, which is equals to 2 upon 5 into contribution of B, means which is Y. So we get, my dear friends, here is 5x is equals to 2y, because we are shifting this y to the LHS. So we get, my dear friends, here is 5x minus 2y, which is equals to 0, which is equals to what? 0. So this is the linear equation in two variable. Linear equation in what? Yes, linear equation in two variable. So I hope you understand this thing. So this is just, you have to, yes, you have to represent this statement in the form of linear equation or algebraic expression, in the form of algebraic expression. So my dear friends, you just have to understand the concept of this, yes, concept of these questions. Okay, because these statements are based on the situations, okay, are based on the situations, and we have to represent these situations in the form of algebraic expression, in the form of what? Algebraic expression. Okay, so now let's move on. Yeah, so now my dear friends, so the next question is, here is cost of 5 kg apples and 2 kg oranges is rupees 330. Okay, means total cost of 5 kg apples and 2 kg apples is 330 rupees, and let the cost of 1 kg apples be rupees X, and cost of 1 kg oranges is rupees Y, is rupees Y. Okay, now my dear friends, write the given data in the form of linear equation in two variables. Okay, in the form of linear equation in two variables. So now my dear friends, according to question, cost of 1 kg apples is what? Rupees X. Okay, and cost of 1 kg oranges is equals to rupees Y. So now my dear friends, according to question ATQ. Okay, yes, so now here you can see that the cost of 5 kg apples, this will become like 5 of X plus and cost of 2 kg oranges, so we can write twice of Y, and the total is what? The total is 330 rupees. So this is what? This is linear equation in two variables. Here you can see that we have two variables, this X and Y, so we can write this is linear equation in two variable. Okay, So this is the method to write this type of linear equation. Okay, so I hope you understand these things. So now let's move on. Yes, my dear friends, so the next question is the parking charges for vehicles in Super Delhi Metro is 20 rupees for first 2 hours. For first 2 hours. Okay. And rupees 10 for subsequent hours. Means after the 2 hours, rupees 10 for subsequent hours. Okay. Now assume total parking time to be x hours. Okay. We are assuming that parking time is what? X hours. Okay. Now here x is always greater than or equals to 2. Okay. Now total parking charges as y. Okay. Yes, now we have to write the linear equation for the above relation. Okay, so we know that, my dear friends, here is total parking time is x hours and total parking charge is y rupees. So according to question, we can write here is, now you can see that y is equals to 20 rupees is fixed. 20 rupees is fixed for 2 hours because we have x is always greater than or equals to 2, means every vehicles is stay for 2 hours. Okay, minimum for 2 hours. Okay, so means 20 rupees is fixed charge. Now plus, now 10 rupees for subsequent hour, for 10 rupees for subsequent hours. Okay, now means we have to write 10 into x minus 2. Okay, I hope you understand these things. So this is what, this is the representation. Okay, now if you solve this, y is equals to 20 plus, this will become 10x minus 20, and here is this 20 and this 20 will be cancelled, so we get y is equals to 10x, and we can write it is like this: 10x minus y plus 0 is equals to c. So this is of the form of linear equation in two variables. Okay, I hope you understand these things, my dear friends. Yes. So now let's see the another question, which is, now here is P and Q are two students of class 11th, okay, of DPS school. Now together they contributed rupees 100 towards the old age home to help the old person. Okay, now we have to write the linear equation. So this is very easy equation, my dear friend. So in this case, my dear friends, here is, now let the contribution of contribution of student P. Okay, now here is what is, let's suppose this is x rupees, and the contribution of student Q. So this is rupees y. So here is, together they contribute 100 rupees, means we can write according to equation x plus y is equals to 100. So this is our answer. This is linear equation in two variables. Okay, so the next question is, the cost of video games is twice the cost of teddy bear. Now write the linear equation in two variables to represent this statement. So first of all, let the cost of video game is what? Yes, you are right, means x rupees. Okay, and the cost of teddy bear is rupees y. And according to question, cost of video game is twice the cost of teddy bear, means x is equals to 2y. X is equals to what? X is equals to 2y. So we can write here as x minus 2y is equals to 0. So this is the linear equation in two variables. What is linear equation in two variables? So now my dear friend, this is enough for today, and we will meet in the next lecture with the next amazing topic. So thank you very much for listening me, and take care and goodbye.